we just got started.
Yeah, we've tortured Keza enough. Ready?
I'm not ready. I'm sorry.
3, 2, 1.
Perfect. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Tomkatsu podcast. I am today's host, Thomas. As always, I am joined by my friends as a henshin.
Hi.
And Marco Satsu.
Ooh, we got intros today. Nice.
Hey.
Hi.
Oh my gosh.
I'm in charge now, so I'm gonna
Put Thomas in the leadership role, and he's just like, I'm gonna flip everything up. Like, it's all changing today.
Everything's different.
It's
Today
organized now.
We've been gone a few weeks, so how have you guys been? I guess first off,
I am now a year older.
yay!
I am now old. I already get
Just
bullied
like
for being
me.
this age, so like being 25, and now I'm 26. I'm gonna get bullied even more.
Yeah, I mean that because I'm not older. So because we've been gone 2 weeks, there's like a lot of news. So
Oh gosh, yeah.
there's that, and then since I'm the host today, I've decided to include some of that news into the main discussion, which is that there's too many expensive toys now, and it's kind of crazy. And it basically happened because they were like, "We're making a smartphone." Like, why? That's what we're talking about.
Like, why?
Before we can get into that, we have normal news, which I'm now older of.
Intro music here.
Yeah.
I feel like I want to say the biggest thing of the last 2 weeks is that Kamen Rider Legend was finally revealed to the public. He's not Tsukasa, but he's also not in the show. He's a different character whose name is Quartz. He's gonna be in a special fighting Kamen Rider Gotchard versus Kamen Rider Legend. He's just fighting Gotchard. But like as far as we know, he's only in this special.
Are we disappointed about that, by the way, guys? Are we disappointed that it was not Tsukasa?
Not I.
I kind of thought it wasn't gonna be Tsukasa. I mean, I kind of thought it would be once we found out it was a special. But it also was probably like a too ridiculous thing for them to do, so I'm not really that surprised. I would have liked it if it was him, though.
I'm kind of disappointed in a way, just because the suit is like exactly like his, like with the lines and stuff. So it's like, it's almost like they did it on purpose, just to be like, haha.
But what
I'm more
about Two
disappointed
Kaiser?
I was gonna say I'm more disappointed that right now it's not connected to Decade.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, because if it's like Two Kaiser in the special and they're like, oh, I just copied Decade's look, it's like, okay, but right now it's like, this looks like Decade. No explanation.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I'm a little bit disappointed, because it's just like so obvious that they were trying to do something similar, and now they're like, it's not actually going to be anything to do
You
with
like
him.
the suit though?
I do. I like the bit on the side, like the jewels. That's why.
Yeah, that's my favorite part too.
I like the asymmetry of like the Decade helmet. Like they just took the Decade helmet and kind of spiked it up on the side. I think that's kind of.
It looks like Ankh slightly. You know when he has his greed form, and it's like the bird feathers to the side. It looks like that. Oh, I kind of like it more now that I realized that.
So his two items are also going to be releases. So we're getting a Legend Driver, and I don't know the name of the gun, but that's a bike. That's his gun.
Okay.
And allegedly, the gun is used to summon, just Legend Riders in general. The belt will probably let him transform into them, like Decade, which would make him like a fusion of Decade and the End. So I don't know if there's something there.
So he is Decade? With the same powers?
He is. He might have this. We haven't seen him transform into Legend Riders yet, so that one could be wrong. But he definitely summons them with the gun.
Okay.
That one's in the trailer.
Okay.
Speaking of the trailer, what we also saw in the trailer is I could go to the next image. We're getting
yeah.
the Legend Rider form for Gotchard. So this is, I think it's like, I don't know, Rising Mighty. No, that's a Kuga form. It's like it combines the names of like Kuga and Faiz, but it's using Faiz and Kuga
I was gonna
cards.
say that's Faiz on the side, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's just a cell
They
phone.
reuse the shoulder pad from the Gates form is Geo. It's really funny because it's like that was never gonna get used again. Another Faiz form. So
Can I just point something out?
How do
Sorry.
you guys feel about this form? Okay, go ahead.
It answers your question really. I really like the helmet because you got the goggles with the eyes, and I'm like,
cute.
that is cool. I like that, and I like the Kuwaga. I almost say Kuwagata. No, I like the beetle on the leg. I really do not like the phone on the shoulder. I really do not. It almost dates the show to such an old time.
That's just Faiz.
Yeah.
I know. The thing is, like, because it is the it's a flip phone. I'm like, oh god.
So if you didn't get dates to show, then they answered your wishes. Upcoming news. So.
Wait, say again?
If you think the flip phone dates the show, then they may have answered your prayers with upcoming news. So.
Oh god. Okay.
I like this form, but I think the colors could have been better. Like there could have been more red for Kuga and Faiz. Maybe you guys have seen a Photoshop of it. Oh, how dare you!
It does look very
also,
one
yeah, you're
color.
right, because like, well, it's also like the shade of gold is kind of ugly that they picked. You know?
Yeah,
but also like it's also weird because Kuga's red and Faiz has red. It's associated with red. They could have made the form red. There was like nothing making the form red.
They could have easily had some bits of it look red. You're so right. Like with the lining or something.
Yeah, they have like the Faiz, like, you know, the red lines like on his suit. They have one that goes from the chest to the leg, but it's only on the right side.
What?
Because there's only that piece on the right leg. It's so weird.
They really said we're gonna make it we're gonna make it the cheapest that we can, with one tone.
Yeah, the form's like really lopsided.
Yeah, it's really clunky as well for no reason.
Yeah, so I don't. I'm fine with it because I assume all the budget went to Legend.
Yeah,
it's worth it. It's acceptable.
Is it?
I don't know what's next. Oh, there's more Gotchard. I just threw this in because we didn't know about this form until like the preview last week.
Is that a top hat?
So I thought it'd be fun. Yeah. This is the Doki Rimajin, which is the edition, and a shovel.
It's so cute.
At Chonkos.
it's
also worth pointing out that the shoulders are repainted from the Venom Mariner form, which means that form lasted once and is now a different form.
It's now not the same.
Oh, they probably used a different suit, maybe like a stunt suit.
Yeah, but also I still think it's funny that like we're only less than 10 episodes of the show.
Yeah,
we're at a point where the suits within the same show are getting repainted. Like even if it's a different mold, like they just reuse that mold.
Gosh.
So,
there are going to be so many forms, though. There are going to be so many forms that they're going to have to do something.
And we have more.
God, there's so many.
So these are forms that have been wilds in the show, except for the bottom. You haven't seen that one yet. But there's like a new app or something that will let you scan cards. Ooh. And if you scan the cards of the wild or forms that are wilds, we actually get like suits. So left to right, bottom we've got I don't know the names, but we got like the ninja and the energy drink. Energy Maru, that's what it's called. Bullet Chocho on the right, Bottom left is Mad Pirates. Bottom is Spike Wheel. Bottom right is Odori Mantis. And it's not pictured here, but we also got Ahotoru, which is the cell phone and the light bug.
I really like these a lot. I just really like them. I don't know what it is. They look so nice.
I know. I feel like we lost because I think I like most of these better than the forms we get in the actual.
Yeah.
How dare you?
No, I totally agree. I love these, but the ones we get in real life, I'm like, they're looking a little bit clunky.
Yeah. I don't know. And then I think it's funny. It's worth pointing out that Energy Maru in the top left also is reusing the Mariner shoulder pad.
I was going to ask, was that intentional?
So even in this artistic concept, they cannot escape the budget of reality. It's really funny. I forgot to include it here. Now that we're talking about Gotchard forms, but we also got to look at the form that combines the bike and the crab. We got like a form of that leak, and it looks pretty cool. I don't know
I forgot the bike was a Kemi.
How could you forget the bike? How could you forget?
It showed sentience for like 5 seconds.
It did. Yeah, he used it like in one of the later episodes, and it doesn't say anything.
Gosh.
So, I was reminded of that because I think a bigger like suit design for Spike Wheel at the bottom, I believe that bike form is going to use that kind of template. So it's going to be like a bigger form.
I just realized those are whales on his hands.
Those are whales on his hand.
Those are whales on his hand.
That's so cute.
Those are whales on his hand.
God, I noticed the weirdest things. I'm sorry. Yeah.
That's fine. Shall we move on?
Sure.
I don't know what's next.
I'm
realizing I don't. Okay.
Ooh.
I included this just because I briefly brought this up in our whatever. So the Geats final stage is happening. Tycoon needs Boost Mark II. Got it.
Cool. I like.
Yep.
How even when a show is done, they still have the final stage. I don't know why. I just sorry, I have to make a note for it. I just really like that. There, even when the show continues on and it ends, it has one last burst of life before we actually get to say goodbye to the show entirely. And then there's the versus movies. So, anyway.
I also do want to say that this continues the trend of final stages, like doing things that would have been really cool in the main show. Because we got this within this same special or final stage, we get Tycoon and his sister team up as riders. Not happen. Neon and her dad team up as riders, which did not happen. When Neon's dad appears, he got armed shield. He's got a form he never even used. Same with Natch Sparrow. He shows up and he armed arrow, which never happened. So I really like at least Rider stage shows. No, Sentai stage shows do this too, where they'll do like little things that like would have liked to see out of the show. We'll just do it here. So I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So speaking of Geats, we got this thing.
Oh yeah.
We got the announcement of a Geats spin-off called Kamen Rider Gazer. I think a Geats Extra Kamen Rider Gazer. It focuses on Niram Gazer as like right when he was appointed to be the producer of the Desire Grand Prix. So it's like an origin story of sorts for him. It seems like he's fighting this. This thing is called Gazer Zero. It's using the Jillian driver gold belt. Obviously it's an Ichigo Rider 1 homage, but we don't really know whether it exists, and Niram is probably fighting it.
I love that.
So yeah, I agree. This is one of my favorite suits. You can see I made it my profile in Discord because I was like, that's a really cool suit.
Oh my god.
I had to.
It's a cool suit.
I had to throw it on.
It's so
I really like
nice.
They added the scarf to the Gazer suit too, just to like complete the look. And like also just like as a Geats fan, like I just love exists in the first place because we're just getting an inside look at the in a way we haven't before. Because Niram was just producer when the show started. We get to like go back and see what like the insides of the look like at a different point in time. And then also the fact that the suit is using the Zillion driver establishes that was a belt that existed before the final episodes, where it was just a premium Bandai toy to sell. And I hope that means that they'll explain like what the point of it is, because they didn't really explain what makes it different from the Vision driver in the show. It just comes out of nowhere, and you're like, I guess they've just full time. I hope here it'll be like a little executive producer belt or something. I don't know.
It's to sell toys, Thomas.
Always to sell toys.
On that note, actually, I do hope they program in a Gazer Zero sound into the toy, because there is time to do that. I think the toy doesn't come out until January, which is when this comes out, I think. So they kind of lined that up. So I hope they included something. That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
So
what is it? Sorry, can I just say one more thing before we move on? Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Why are suits that are coming out like now looking so good? Like, I don't know what it is. Suddenly,
they're in HD quality.
There's some, sometime I don't know what it is, but somewhere along the timeline they've suddenly got good. Like, this is a lovely suit, and also Dekaranger 20th anniversary's just been announced with the trailer. That suit is hot. Let's be honest.
Oh my gosh,
it's sexy. No comment. Continue.
No comment, right?
What was that?
This thing got announced. The Geats Gotchard Winter movie is happening. It was in question whether or not it would happen. I thought. They just officially announced it's happening. The poster. The Geats are friends now.
So
on the poster, all the Geats cards are different. They had different art. It only shows the Kemi. The retail cards right now have the Rider and the Kemi. Another toy to sell. And then also in the back, there's like the X cards. So there's like speculation to movies about the cast of Geats and maybe Gotchard that turned into Kemis.
Ooh.
The movie. And then I'm thinking with the X cards, we know Gotchard's super form, or not his super form, but his form that debuts at the end of this year called Gotchard Super is supposed to use the X cards. I'm thinking they put them here on the poster because it's a hint, like, hey, this is coming. Or this is happening in the movie.
That's cool.
Other than that, we know this art of the two friends is releasing that as a card as well. And I guess they're making cards of Geats and Gotchard, but they have Ace with the fox. Like Ace, the actor, not suit. And then there's another card with Hotaro, the actor, and Hopper 1. Kind of funny.
That's silly, yeah.
Those are happening too, apparently. So lots of cards. There's already this movie's only been announced, and there's already 7 new cards.
It's so cute.
I think it's really funny that there's a lot of there's a lot of speculation over just like a single image and a few cards.
Yeah.
Like we can have all the speculation, but it turns out it's a movie about I don't know, Ace jumping Hotaro or something for like a minute, and then they just go get ice cream.
And then also we don't even have a title. Like it's just Kamen Rider the Winter.
The Winter movie.
I think that
I think that's really interesting because they don't normally call it the winter movie. Like they have dates, like they say this winter or winter yada yada, but they never call it the winter movie.
Yeah.
So I think that's it makes me think that might actually be the title, weirdly enough. But we'll see once it actually.
I hope it's the title because it's really funny.
It's like the Winter Soldier, the Winter movie.
Ooh.
Yes.
Also, Marcus, since you brought up the poster, you did make me realize that we have all these cards already, and we still have yet to see like what a villains of the will be, or if we'll get like a movie exclusive form.
Right.
I'm hoping, I'm praying. Each one this comes
praying,
back,
crying, sleeping.
It uses the Gotthard card. How do you make that form and then not have it come back in the crossover? I don't know.
Exciting.
So next up is they
There's
released
more?
a couple posters.
There's always more. Thomas
There is
is
more,
really
Mark.
good at the news.
Always
There's
more.
so much information that Thomas can find. I'm so lost when it comes to... Am I the only one that feels really overwhelmed with Toku content at the moment? There's just constant stream
I'm the one
of
who had
things
to look for
happening.
this. I feel more overwhelmed.
Oh, good, it's
Gosh,
Faiz!
I'm a huge nerd when it comes to this stuff because with Magic the Gathering, they have news literally every other day. And I wish I was joking. So like I'm just used to the bombardment of news after news, and that's just Magic. Kamen Rider's a whole other thing. Like Super Sentai always has announcements and stuff like that, and Ultraman and.
I'm new to being like involved in like Toku news, and I am overwhelmed. Like it gets to the point where there's so much that I can't talk about it all because my brain just goes.
Because it's like
the British brain.
Yeah.
This is a new Faiz movie poster. I think. I don't think we talked about Muse. No, we definitely did not. Top right is a new Faiz Rider, Kamen Rider Muse, based on the Greek numeral mu. Continue Faiz theme. These are the two Faiz forms we've already seen. Faiz now, Faiz and that. And it came with a post. We got this new poster, and we also got a trailer for the movie, which reveals Delta is coming back with a random person, and told is very line with the original season.
Yep.
And the Rio Troopers are back as well.
Gosh.
Other than that, I haven't seen this, so I can't really comment on anything else in the trailer or this other than I think it's are cool.
Well, I could because Faiz used to be like one of my favorite seasons ever, alongside Kabuto, and yeah, the trailer seems very in line with Toshiki Inui / Faiz. I think one of the funniest things is that as much as I want Mihara back, no one really cares about him, even in the show. And also in the show, his only character personality is saying, "I want to go home. I'm tired of this. I don't want to be here. Or I don't want to fight and stuff." I like, no joke. He has like 3 lines in the whole show, and that's all he says. So it's kind of funny he doesn't come back, and it's also very in line with him that he's not there at all. And
or is Delta, right?
Yeah, Mihara's Delta.
Okay.
Well, Delta had like 3 users, but Mihara's the main one. But it is interesting that that Kitazaki, the first user, the Dragon Orphanok, is returning, or his actor returning, Ray Fujita, because he was busy with Garo for like the past few years, since he had a spinoff. But also didn't think they get him back at all because his character was kind of shafted pretty early on, because he was actually a really big, really cool character, but then he just kill him off like unceremoniously, and he stops being Delta just for no reason. I think he literally says, "Oh, I'm bored with this. You can have it," and then he just stops being Delta.
Yeah, this really sounds like anyway.
Yep. If you've seen Dawn Brothers, you know. Oh well, that's just an Inui trope. They get bored and they don't want to do things anymore.
Do you think that was the actor, or do you think it was just like they were just done with his character for what they wanted?
As far as I know, yeah, I didn't know. I didn't find any research about his actor say anything like that. But I just know Inui, he just wanted to move on. I guess he does that.
Yeah.
But otherwise, me personally, as a Faiz fan, I am excited for the movie. I am expecting Takumi to die. But
really?
Otherwise,
did you notice? Did you notice there's sand? Just noticed that looking at this.
Oh yeah.
That could also just be coming from Delta.
And I think it's because it's a trend to kill off your favorite Kamen Riders recently, I guess.
Oh my
Eiji
gosh,
when he died.
yes! Oh my
And
god, I
Decade when
cried
he
so
died.
much. I
And
cried.
Takumi when he dies.
Mhm.
He's technically
Although,
died.
yeah, weirdly enough, it wouldn't be the first time he died because he did die in like the Yongo special, and
Oh,
and I
yeah.
think in the novel. But anyway,
In the novelization, actually, this happened.
probably
You know,
the
longer I
novel's
look
weird.
at this, the
Yes.
hotter that I think Faiz next looks.
Yeah, it does look very
They've been showing
good.
pictures of it. We've been showing pictures of it all week, and I'm like, I kind of like this, but it feels a bit off. But looking at it in this poster, it could step on me. Anyways,
Yeah.
um,
That's almost what he's doing.
Gosh.
Yes.
Yes.
no, you're right. You're right. So I think next is Sentai. Yay.
Sentai!
Sentai.
So,
Sentai,
I just include this here because the last episode we recorded, the crossover was happening that night. The announcement was happening that night. Now, since then, the crossovers happened.
Mhm.
So, but in that episode, we were like, I wonder if this is King or King's son, I heard. And then that night, they were like, it's King's son. So it was funny.
Yeah.
So I'm really disappointed. I have not caught up. Tonight I'm probably going to stream me trying to catch up with the show. And I'm so far behind, so don't come at me. Don't. I do not. No, don't. You're not allowed. But I'm really upset that it's Daigo's son. Where's Daigo? Where's my baby? Where's my Kingu? Give me that.
They do explain it in the special.
Oh, they do. I don't accept
They
that
do.
still.
I won't say it to not spoil it, but they do explain where he is. I understand if you're still upset, but they do explain where he is.
Is he in space?
There is an
or something?
explanation. Yes.
Still, I'm upset. And but wait. Apparently, though, oh my god, I can't remember. Is Amy pregnant?
I don't. So, Prince is Amy's Igo son from the. So because
How
of
old
that,
is
because he's from the
he?
future, obviously, the actor's like 17.
The
If they had a child at the end of Kyoryuger, he would only be like 10.
Okay, I was gonna say.
So the actor, that's why they said he's from the future. Because he's from the future, they kind of don't have to specify like what's his relation to the present characters. So
Okay, so they also don't know him. He's just a Okay, I have to. I know I have to watch. Continue with the news. Sorry.
like they literally just say he is a fighter. He's one of our friends every time to help. They don't really explain how he got back.
That's lazy writing. Oh, I hate that.
No, stop it! Stop!
It's not the worst thing
Stop.
ever.
That,
It's just funny.
Keza, isn't one of your favorite Sentai's Dawn Brothers? They don't
Shut
explain
up!
anything there either.
That was on
At least
purpose.
this had an explanation. It's just kind of like, oh, I guess I haven't seen Kyoryuger, so time travel just casually exists in Kyoryuger.
It does, like in the
I was gonna
movie.
say,
Anyway,
don't all 6 of them go to the future 100 years after special?
Yeah.
Pop out.
kind of.
It's the same thing here.
Okay.
So more interesting, is that Kyoryuger is still staying relevant. Doger. In the latest upcoming episode, Mini Tira is going back to Era with the King Dogers. In addition, they are keeping the red Kyoryuger sword. And it's so that they can form the mecha combination of Kyoryugen with the Shu Gods that we talked about a while ago.
Oh, okay.
So Kyoryuger is still relevant to an extent in the show, and we know that Aigo and Uchi are still off in space. And there's no announcement of a after movie right now.
Oh my god, that'd be
They
so
could
cool.
be coming back in the actual show.
Oh my god! I want that. That's what I want.
Would be pretty crazy. So, yeah, I personally, whether or not they come back, I still in the show at least. I still think it's kind of crazy that like we have an episode of the currently airing Sentai where a toy about 10 years ago just appears and then they're going to use that to form a mecha combination with another toy that came out 10 years ago. The current toys, and the way that caused that transformation is a sword of a repaint of a sword from 10 years ago. Like, part of their arsenal is just a Kyoryuger sword now.
That's
It's
so
like-
strange.
Yeah.
It's really wild to me. So
Same.
I'm pretty happy with that. I think that's really cool. Especially too because like in this crossover, I know you haven't seen it, Keza, but like
It's fine. I'm gonna
they
catch up
just
soon.
play like it's not really a spoiler. They just play like Kyoryugen stock footage, and it's like really crazy that like that just plays in an episode of King Gojo. Like,
Oh,
like
okay.
here's the Kyoryugen combination sequence in King Gojo. It's really cool. So
Do they still
that's it
dance?
for the crossover stuff. They do still dance.
Yeah.
They do still. King dances too. He has a different dance because he has a sword.
Love
Or,
that.
not King, Prince. So here's the thing you were talking about, Keza.
Sexy. Sorry.
Yay.
I don't
Doesn't
know the
that
name
look
of it.
good?
I woke up and this was the thing.
Same.
So, Dekaranger 20 years after was announced to absolutely no one's surprise.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't think we know anything about it yet, other than it's happening. They've released some photos, but I don't think there's any context or there's no plot right now.
Yeah.
Other
And
than
a trailer.
we're getting
trailer?
a trailer that I actually I haven't watched.
Pretty much.
But it's just them, right? Like there's nothing like this is happening. I mean, it wouldn't mean anything I haven't seen.
Well, the trailer pretty much is them coming back together, back on Earth.
Okay.
The fiery Red Ball is back with the team. There's like a couple shots where it's like pink, like there's like a pink fade on it. So like my theory is that they're someone's, and there's also like a woman villain who is there. We think
Who is this woman?
we're not too sure. I thought it was Jasmine, because later on it's like she says in the trailer, I have something to tell you, and there's the shot of the villain or the woman is in a church with her hair like down like Jasmine. So I thought it was like maybe Jasmine's the villain possibly, but
Maybe it's her sister.
or her sister maybe. But then there's like the pink fade, which is like, I think it's either they're in like another dimension or another world, or you know when they do like those globes where it like takes over a part of the city and they have to try and get out. So maybe something like that. I don't know. But
Watching the trailer.
you're watching the trailer now?
At the church. Like Marcos.
That's so
being like
Marcos of you.
How did they go to?
God, am I the only one
Oh, I
who's
see.
seen this trailer?
I've seen it.
Well, I
Okay.
haven't seen. Well, the normal fire squad comes back.
Yeah, it is like the whole team comes back. It's funny because I can't remember all of their names, but Umeko and I can't remember what the Green Ranger is called. But like I think Sen. It is Sen, right? Okay, but it seems like they're like together still, and it's like they've gone back
Are
to
you implying
humanity.
they were gonna get divorced?
No, but they're like
I know
after
they're
20 years is like a long time. But
So what are you saying?
oh my god.
What are you trying
Hey,
to say, Keza?
dude, you're literally talking to a kid who grew up in a divorced household. Like, that's just rude on your
Oh.
end.
Oh.
Wow,
I'm sorry.
Thomas
Alright,
being
moving
rude about
on.
divorcees. Like, oh my god.
Moving on.
Thomas!
Premium.
That's fine.
I think isn't this called like premium Deca Red?
Yes,
Mhm.
something like that.
So
The fire.
I like this suit, but I don't know if you saw Gia's tweet where he said this feels like if the MCU made a power
Yeah.
up. And I do
Yeah.
have to agree. Like I like it, but he's really definitely right because
It is, yeah.
there's a lot on this. It's like, do we need
yes.
these blue things? This
Yes.
blue thing over here. There's more. There's this little dot. It's like
Yeah.
Hey,
There's a
we were
lot
literally
going on.
we were literally just complaining about how the Godchild form, which is just gold, is boring. Adding a dash of yellow or a dash of blue in this case is nice.
Oh my gosh, it's true.
Oh my gosh.
I do not like
I am
the
a
grey
hypocrite,
things on the
so
shoulders though.
That's fair.
That's the only thing. I just don't like shoulders. Apparently, I don't like bulky shoulders, especially
The
when
two
there's a flip
different
phone
tones
on
of
it.
red kind of throws me off. Like
Yeah.
the piece here is
Oh.
light red, and then this is dark red.
Oh, I see.
It might be the lighting.
I don't think it's the light.
I think it's
Yeah,
meant
I
to
think
follow
you
the
kinda
chest
tell.
plate.
Yeah, like I mean, I think it's definitely they put stuff on the Deca red. Helmet?
Yeah.
But it is kind of throwing me off.
I still think it's
Well.
kind of sexy though.
Yeah, it's a great suit.
Thank you.
Yeah, I do like it. And then if you pre-order the DVD, you get a whole new SP license to transform into this form.
Ooh.
$200 on Toku Collectibles or something.
Yeah.
This is the
Talk
last
about-
news.
No.
I was like, should we talk about something? And I remember this happened.
Oh,
So there's like a
Ultraman?
Netflix trailer thing that had some clips of Ultraman Rising, which are original Netflix Ultraman movie, and then there's like this image of it as well. So I wanted to include it because the animation looks really cool. So I'm going to be watching this day one.
And it's on
Pretty
Netflix.
excited
So
for it actually.
Have you guys watched
Exactly because it's on Netflix, so I can.
Yeah, I was gonna say, have you guys watched the Ultraman Netflix show? Like the other one?
I have, and I read the manga.
Is it good?
I personally think it's good, but I understand it's very, very different from what other fans would be used to.
Ah,
Because they don't grow big. They,
Mm-mm.
I was gonna
It's
say
more Kamen Rider. Yeah, it's just Kamen Rider, and that's kind of why I like it.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think that was the thing I watched, and I was just like, why? Why are they tiny?
What's happening?
What's happening?
I also clarified for people that are, I don't know if people care about this, but this is not like the original Ultraman in like a different dimension or something. This is supposed to be a different Ultraman. Because there's a non-zero chance he appears in Ultra Galaxy Fight as a physical suit.
I
As a
confused.
Tsuraya. Honestly, that would go crazy if he appears and he's speaking English or something. That would be pretty badass.
Yeah.
He teams up with the other guys, like
With-
Cass and Chuck or whatever.
With the few footage, with the little footage we have, it's getting compared to Spider-Verse a lot, which fair. It is a very cool art style, and it does change around a lot. Like one of the 2 seconds of footage we got was of Ultraman punching a kaiju, and then that impact, it switches over to a different art style, and I think that's super cool.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I saw that and I was like, okay. That was what made me go, alright, I think I need to watch this.
Yeah. And
Those
it's
are really
also
cool.
by Industrial Lights and Magic, so that very, very good studio. Very, very amazing studio,
forgot.
so this is gonna be good.
Yeah. It's like actual high budget
Yeah.
This
animation going on here. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I think even with the screenshot alone, all the lights and the action lines and the blurriness going with Ultraman, that alone just looks very high budget. So
gonna be good.
I
I'm
have
pretty excited.
high hopes for this. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Quick thing, I just remembered, because you know how you were saying that this is going to be on Netflix, right?
Yeah.
Same with the Netflix Ultraman anime that just came out, is already out. Didn't they say that Dekaranger, the 20th anniversary, was also going on to Netflix, or am I just imagining that?
You're imagining
I
that.
think you are imagining things.
Yeah.
Why did I think? Wait, let me do a little bit of research, because I
don't know.
swear I saw that. Maybe I'm wrong.
Rider and
delete this.
Sentai is on Netflix in Japan, but it's never leaving. It's never leaving Japan.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look at this, because for some reason I thought I saw that it was gonna be on Netflix for some reason, but maybe I'm wrong.
Imagine this is the one thing the international viewers get, and everyone's confused because it's a 20th
Dekaranger Fight.
anniversary. Yeah.
Okay, I
Fair,
must
we
be
also
wrong.
got,
I must be wrong.
We also
never mind.
got Heisei Generations Forever, despite no official release or build.
Oh yeah, that was so weird. But anyway,
No.
I guess I do want to round out a little bit saying that I think the last couple of weeks of news, even this week's worth of news, has been very very exciting. I'm very excited for Paradise Regained and this Ultraman movie. Um, I guess I want to say in a way earlier in the year has been a little dry, at least for me personally, because I'm just not that excited for certain things like Got Short News or whatever. But Ultraman Rising looks so good, and I'm really excited for Dekaranger 20th, and I'm also excited for Dekaranger 30th and 40th and 50th.
Yeah.
How long do you think they'll do Dekaranger anniversary specials?
As long as they're still around, they're like never not doing those.
Side note question. So I don't know if you guys knew this, but the voice actress of Jean Major said that she watched Dekaranger as a child, and Deca Pink hired her. She like correlated her becoming a Pink watching Deca Pink as a child. What are the chances she cameos in the?
Oh my gosh!
Oh my god! Imagine. Thomas would be the first to tell us, though. Let's be honest. If Majin was there, they'd be like, "Oh my god, guys, Majin."
I will let you guys know.
Thank you.
As I know. I
Even
also
if
have
it
encountered, but that's a different discussion.
I was gonna be like, even if it is like their dog walks on stage and it's like, oh, it's Majin's dog.
It's good enough.
Moving on.
Moving on.
Moving on.
That's it for the news. So.
That's it for the news.
It's time for everyone's favorite game show. We're gonna play Guess the Price. Woo!
Guess the price.
I would say this is right, but yes.
Does this happen to be part of today's screen? Is this what you were gonna do, Thomas?
I know what Marcus has chosen though. Let's do it. That'll be really. That means we just have two halves of the game. Same game.
Oh,
so
gosh.
originally I was gonna do non-CSM toys, but this is gonna be purely a CSM, so you can start thinking big numbers.
Oh god.
And
okay.
you can answer in either yen or dollars, or in Kaz's case, dollars, because I don't know pounds.
Okay.
Or in Kessa's dollars.
Or euros. I think euros are more or
Pound?
less the same as a dollar.
You mean the British pound?
Yeah, pounds.
You're a British pound. All right, ready?
Did you just call me fat? Well, excuse me.
What?
I called you skinny. You're only a pound.
Yeah.
Okay. Keep going.
All
Keep
right.
going.
So I'm also including memorial editions because that's just the equivalent to CSMs. So for our very first one, either both of you answer, or yeah, you both can answer, and we'll see who gets it closer.
Oh gosh. Okay. It's one of those.
And oh yeah, and one last thing. Try to guess as close to the MSRP, like the original pricing of this. No secondary pricing, no secondhand. Think of how much this costs on a initial release.
Okay.
So no
And-
collectibles pricing.
No talk collectibles.
Original price. Okay.
Those
Yeah,
are
the
the prices
original
I know.
price set in Japan.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right, so our first one up is the Memorial Edition of the Mobirates.
Ooh.
I have a guess. but
See,
it's not.
this is
So then-
unfair for me because I only just came into the toku space thinking about like toys and stuff specifically. So I feel like I'm very not prepared for this. So Thomas, you should go first so I know.
Okay. I'm gonna guess. Guess we'll go 14,000 yen.
What's
14,000 yen?
What's that in
16,000. 16,000. That's my final answer.
16,000?
Oh, okay.
Yen.
16,000 yen.
Okay, so okay.
Are you confused? Did you think I was cooking?
That's about £87 for me. Okay, so this is. Ooh, I think. I'm gonna say closer to £100. So that is. I might be wrong, but it's fine.
I think that's around
18,000 yen.
18,000 yen. Okay.
No, wait. 18,000 yen. Let me look. Yeah. No. Okay. I'm gonna say 90 pounds. So that's. Sorry, I know. It's making it harder because I have to think British. 16,500 yen. Sorry.
American Kolsky.
16,000.
Okay, Keza, I'm gonna put 16,500 yen.
So £90. So 16,16500.
Okay, so let me just say, both of you guessed way more than I thought it would be.
Oh.
Yeah, it retailed for 11,000 yen.
Really?
Oh, God.
I thought it was so much more. Wow.
I should have.
So
I was going to guess lower, and then you made me rethink my choices,
Crazy.
Thomas.
it is a little crazy. In dollars, that's around $90 to $100. And let me also say that the original DX version was around the same price. So it's actually really crazy the Memorial Edition was this cheap.
So how much was it then?
So many
Sorry.
Memorial Pirates.
Okay, so Thomas, you got it closer, so you have the first point.
How much was it again? Sorry, just so I.
I wrote it down. It's 11,000.
11,000. Wait, I'm gonna see how much that is in the UK. £60.
British.
It is a lot cheaper than you think it is, and it and it did come with all 5 keys.
Yeah.
When was this released? I need to know
Also
when this
yelled
was
at me.
released.
Like 2 years ago. I remember exactly where and when
yeah.
I was when it was
How many years ago? Sorry.
A couple.
2 years ago.
I swear things are so expensive right now. How? Okay. Sure. Okay.
I do have reasons why they're expensive. I think Thomas knows too, but we'll get to that when we get to that.
Can the viewers see that I'm the least qualified to be here to talk about toys?
Okay, so this is an older one, but you can still guess how much it was during its initial release. This is the complete selection modification new Den-O belt.
Oh, this is spicy.
If it helps, this had the least amount of accessories. It had very few cards, just a pass and the belt, and that's it. And also, the belt, fun fact, is the exact same size as the DX version. The only big difference is the coloring, the plating a little heavier, and there's more sounds.
I was to say, actually, Marcos, there is no DX new Den-O belt. So I think the normal Den-O belt is like 35,000, something like that. So I'll go down to yes. Oh, I think the wing form. I have more. I guess I'll do 20,000.
20,000.
I don't think I'm gonna win this.
You will. Trust. I believe in you.
When did this come out?
2017.
2017.
I was like, this is a long time ago.
Yeah. This was one of the first. I think the first was Double, and then they came out with Decade, and then Den-O was a little after that.
Wait, how? Okay, I guess it's
Kabuto
because it's about...
was before.
Oh yeah, Kabuto and then Den-O around then. Yeah,
Okay.
I just remember that. Yeah,
So,
yes.
I just have to know I just have to guess if it's higher or lower. I'm just playing a game of higher and lower right now. So you said 20,000.
Well, if it helps, since this isn't going to be part of the game, the original Den-O, not new Den-O, but the original Den-O belt was around 30,000 yen.
30,000 yen. Okay. I'll say this was 25,000 yen.
Okay,
Stop
so
it, Thomas. You make me nervous.
once again, you guys
Hello,
guessed
wasn't
way
it?
higher than it came out with then.
I just
All
beat up
right.
my phone.
Well, also, once again, Thomas did get it closer. It retailed for about 14,000.
I need to go below. I need to go down.
Wow.
Whatever you now guess.
Remember
below.
the original CSM Deno came out with extra accessories. It came out also with the wing form belt buckle. It came out with more cards, and this was like the most basic thing you could get. It was really small. It didn't have that much more sounds other than the new Deno ones. So yeah, it was gonna be cheaper.
See, I think I'm misunderstanding because I'm thinking that these toys are going to be more expensive than they actually are. Every single time I'm like, oh, put the price up. No, put it down, apparently. Okay.
Yeah, I get you. Like even though the mold was the same as the DX toy from the original Deno, it was still really high quality. Like the belt actually was super quality. The toy itself was a little heavier than you would imagine. The sounds were they had loads and loads of sounds. So they're actually quality toys.
Goddamn.
Teddy. Fun.
Okay, this one might be a bit of a toughie because it's multiple things, but it came out as one package.
Okay, I got this.
This is probably going to be more expensive than you think, but here comes the
I feel like that's a trick question. That's a trick.
CSM V-Buckle and Drag Visor Bundle.
I go right on say 40,000.
Whoa. Wow, that's pretty, that's a lot.
40,000. Okay,
Does
what
that
is
mean
that
I got
in...
it wrong?
40,000. Okay, I don't think it's that much, but it is got a lot there. It's got the cards. Sorry, I'm looking at it through my phone so I don't stop the recording. Is the whole thing, right?
The whole thing. The buckle, the cards, the decks, the weapon.
A what?
The weapon.
Yeah. The drag visor. It's not technically a weapon, but it's...
The weapon.
F you.
Yeah.
Okay. The thing is, there's so much in this. There's the handle. There's the cards. There's a thing. Oh my god! Do I stick to my guns and go higher like last time? Okay, you said 40,000. I think. God, I'm gonna say 30. Wait, 30,000. Let me have a look at how much that is. I'm gonna say 35,000.
35.
Yeah. Because that's like closer to £200, but I don't think it's gonna be that expensive though.
So the craziest thing is that you guys guessed the opposite of last time.
Fuck you, man. I know exactly what you're about to say.
Was way more than you guys guessed. Because
I knew! I was like, I bet as soon as I go underneath what Thomas guesses, it's going to be way above. How much is it? Rip the Band-Aid off.
So, separately, the V-Buckle alone was 30,000. And then the drag visor was 20,000. So combined, it was around 51,000 yen.
I'm losing the game.
50,000. But I was like,
I should have stuck to my gut.
Yeah, this was a crazy bundle. But also for our listeners, that's around $450 just for these toys. It's a lot.
Wait, how much was it again? How many thousand?
to be fair, you
50,000.
also get like everything you could ever want as a Ryuki fan.
Yeah, 51,000.
It's a lot. There's the cards, there's the belts, there's the what are they called?
The Advent decks.
Yeah, and they've got like gold trimmings on the top of it with all the logos as well.
Yeah, like you get all the. I mean, it is a lot, but you get like all the Ryuki stuff you want. So.
Yeah.
And I've seen people sell just the CSM version of the decks alone. Like I even bought one for like $20 because they're that valuable. But also as a fun fact, this was the first time the blank deck and the abyss deck was sold ever. So
which one did you buy?
Verde. He's my favorite suit in the show.
Green.
And he's green. So
Kamen Rider
okay.
That
green.
makes sense.
A couple more,
What's his
and then
name?
I'm gonna lick you. So this is gonna be a really fun one.
Okay. What's a
Oh,
really
no.
fun one?
This
I feel like you mean the opposite.
Yeah.
This is more of a newer release. It's not the latest release, but it is. Actually, I think it is like the latest release. So this is the CSM Century King Sun Driver from Kamen Rider Black
This
Sun.
is not. It might be the latest release.
I think so.
I'm gonna let Keza go first.
No!
So, as more fun facts and trivia, this is the first belt that is actually motion activated. If you hover your hand over the top, there's an IR sensor. So if you hover your hand just like they do in the show for the transformation, the pieces actually move automatically.
Okay.
This is like almost brand new technology. They showed it off like prototype versions of these or of this technology like a few years ago, and now it's actually retailed.
When was it released? Was it like it was for the movie, right? Or is this
It was like this year.
It was last year,
I wanna say it
October
was this year.
28th.
some toys at the moment are
Oh,
quite
wait, sorry.
expensive, so I'm like
It was released in March.
released in
Okay.
March.
So I thought it was like
It was pre-ordered last year, but it came out in March.
okay.
Okay, I'm
Because
gonna
October was before Black Sun even came out.
I'm gonna lick you.
I'm gonna go. Wait, I'm putting it to like the UK pound, so I could be like, yeah, that's about right. I'm gonna go with this. If it's like new technology and it's also a movie that just came out like recently, and it's like really new high tech stuff, I'm gonna stick with the standard 30,000, and hopefully that's close enough because also that's about £160. For the UK lot. I don't know what that is in US dollars. I'm gonna say 30,000, but I can already tell that Thomas already knows what it is. Like, you look at the details. I don't know.
Can we get an in it in the chat from
Init.
UK viewers?
In it.
I'm gonna
Expensive
go with
plastic, isn't it?
45,000.
Plastic.
45,000. Yeah.
45,000.
45.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. How much does that weigh?
Well, for
45,000.
once,
Okay.
Keza was actually spot on. It was
Really?
44,000 yen.
Wait. How many? How much?
44,000.
Didn't I say like a lot further away from that? I thought Thomas got it.
I heard 44. Am
Yeah,
I being...
that's definitely what I said.
Fine, Keza,
I'll
you
take
won.
that.
It's fine. Don't even.
Oh,
don't question.
hold on. Sorry.
That's definitely what I said. For sure. That's definitely what I said.
You gotta talk. A double point.
We're gonna ignore that. I definitely won that point, Thomas. Give it me, please.
That's what I'm saying. You can have.
Thank you.
Hold
Look,
on. My
it's written
Mochi decided to make a cameo and is playing on my desk.
Mochi!
Mochi, no.
For the
Mochi,
viewers
no.
at home,
Actually, no.
just so you know, Marco got a cat. Marcos got a cat.
I got it.
So yeah, the Century King driver, it is a very crazy belt. It is insane how they are able to make this work.
Gosh.
We did that almost in sync. That was
Yeah,
kind
you
of hard.
did. I'm impressed.
You know how to do the Shadow Moon?
Yeah, it's the same thing, just opposite.
Yeah, I'll do Shadow Moon though.
This is definitely added. It's funny because
The audio version were just. Oh, that's what's happening.
we got to put that into an edit.
speed it up and put in like the little comical sounds, like the. Okay. Yeah, that. Okay, last one. This is not CSM, but this is Complete Style Gigantic. The Kuga Titan Sword.
Oh god, okay.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Oh, that's nice.
All right. How much?
35,000.
35.
I think it's gonna be. Wait, what did you say? 35. Let me have a look at that. See, it looks so nice, and it's got like the engravings on it as well. I'm like, oh god, what do I do? Higher or lower? What do I choose?
Yeah, Keza.
I think you've got it pretty much on the nose. If not, go up a little bit or down a little bit. I'm like, I'm gonna. I would have said 35 as well, but I can't really do that, can I?
If you want, then you'll both
You
be.
can say
No, because that's cheating.
35,001.
Could do.
Yes.
But then I'll be like 1 point off. I'll be like one number off if it is.
Say like 35,001.
What I said.
I might say that it's less than that.
34,999.
Yes, that's what I'm gonna go with. I know I'm probably gonna be wrong. It's probably gonna be
Unbelievable.
the one above, but
Well, Keza,
I'm accepting that I'm gonna probably fail at this game. So
that's more or less. I guess for technicality, Keza got it closer. It was 30,000.
hey, I finally did it! Woo!
I can't believe this.
I got a point.
Thomas still won though.
I know, but I still got a point.
I don't know by how many points he won, but he still won.
I got 2 Wait, no.
It goes by 1 point.
I got 2 points. I technically got 2 points.
3.
Da, 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 da. Your turn.
Da, 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 da.
All right, Thomas. Here's what you won.
I win. What the?
I thought you were gonna just pick up Mochi then.
You won this cat.
You won. God.
Yeah, Thomas.
Oh damn.
All right, Thomas. You're the host.
Okay, so it's funny. My idea for how we could do the main discussion about ESMs just kind of being crazy ridiculous now. Same thing you did with the game of Guess the Price. But it's for all the things that were announced at Narikiri World this last week.
Oh gosh.
So
Another game
just
I'm
move
gonna
into
fail
that.
at.
part 2 of the game.
Part 2. Oh god.
Part 2 of the Guess Price game. I'll just throw these in the chat, I guess, since we were doing.
Yeah, I just hope my phone's gonna last. This should be fine.
Here's
I don't think
the
Kaz is
first
gonna
one.
last.
Video. Here's the first one. This is the Memorial Gabu Revolver.
Ah, yeah. Okay.
It is releasing June 2024. I do want to point out that I'm using TOKU collectibles prices, American dollars.
Okay.
So I guess you could say that your prices in American dollars.
And,
I have to think of American dollars then.
TOKU Collectibles
American
also increases their prices by a bit.
Yeah, I'm just using them because it's like the most to buy it.
Okay. I swear someone told me how much it was and I can't remember what they said. Or at least told me what it was on the actual thing, not the TOKU collectible.
It was me, I told you.
Did you tell me?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember, Marcos? Okay, you go first then.
$200.
$200. Okay, so that's about I'll go, well, now that you've said 200, I'm going to have to do something different. I guess for that. 195. Not that I can really change it.
So the price was in fact $210.
210.
Marcos wins.
Yeah.
210.
Gosh.
So 210 is kind of wild for this thing because I think all the Geartlingers, with the not counting the two guys are one, the Geartlinger and Geartosinger both under $200. And this doesn't even come with all of the Denchi.
Yeah.
It only comes with 3. The other 2 coming with the sword.
I am shocked.
How much
that
do you think the sword is?
Gosh. Okay.
The sword, I don't remember the price, so I'm just gonna guess. Also, no, I'm gonna guess 250. Weapons are usually more expensive in general because more plastic and
I'm gonna say 300.
Kaza, how could you?
No, just because it's a lot more plastic, isn't it? And it's 1-to-1 size, isn't it? It's like 1-to-1 ratio.
I don't think it's
It
1
is
to
about
1.
1-to-1.
It's
It's like
about
very
about.
close.
It's very close.
Yeah.
That's
It'd
the
be
whole
like a few
point of
inches
the
off.
memorial weapons, aren't they? That they're more 1-to-1 ratio.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
I still
Although
say 300.
The Geartlingers aren't one. But anyways, so Keza is technically closer.
Am I? Yeah.
What?
I don't know if we're doing Price is
Oh.
Right rules. Or you go
Wait,
over
I'm
over.
closer. I'm $10
Oh,
closer.
wait, no, you are close.
What do you,
Never mind.
Thomas? Get him, Mochi! Attack! Attack, Thomas!
Meow.
Attack!
No, Mochi.
So how much is
You're past this, so yeah,
how much is it then? Sorry,
$260.
$260. Wow.
So, that makes sense. I expect these to be
Yeah,
expensive.
the saber swords were around the same price too. I think they're closer to 300, but
yeah.
Is
So
that why
this
I saw it
one,
was 300?
and even this one even has a smaller blade that it comes with. You can still attach it to the gun, shotgun.
Ah, okay.
But it even does a bit more, and then it comes with 2 Judenshi. See, the thing that really makes this whole thing weird: why split up the Judenshi?
I think it's because
Because it's so weird. What were you gonna say?
No, I was just gonna say like because isn't number 4 the green one like a sword one, a sword?
Yeah,
dinosaur?
but like,
But then the other one wouldn't be because the black is a gun.
black is a shooter. Yeah, so that's like, it's very odd because it's like, if you're a fan of black, you have to buy the Gabu revolver sword.
That's so
Like,
strange.
It just feels very strange to me. Like, why not include all 5 with the Gabu revolver,
That's like
and then obviously release the sword and maybe include some of the other random Judenshi. So it's like if you like the sword, you can buy the sword and you get more Judenshi.
Like, I understand why they've split it that way, but at the same time, it's so random because obviously, yeah, Black Ranger is a gun guy. However, when you think of like the combinations in the show, especially, it was always like pink, blue, and red together at the beginning.
Yeah.
And then it was like the 2 lads kind of like hanging out and having that kind of friendship there on their side. Because they were always the ones that were like arguing between the 2 of them. So, like, I get the pairing from a show perspective, but for a weapon and what they've used perspective, it's completely wrong.
Yeah, but they still like all the other memorial editions, they've included all 5 Rangers with the main changer. So
it's a way to get more money out of you.
Weird. Yeah.
Yeah,
And also too, on
basically.
top of that, supposedly the Judenshi have a new system, so you won't be able to use your DXs.
Oh.
So which is completely different from the Memorial, even CSM and Ultra replicas. Like they've been cross compatible with the old EX toys
Yeah.
to an extent. But the fact that apparently these won't be is like really insane. It's like what happened there?
That's so strange.
Why did you do that? It also could be like weird translations. We don't really know because like all of the CSM kind of stuff does say like not guaranteed to work with your original toy, but if you do it, it works completely fine.
Yeah.
So, but it seems like most people are saying Judenchi are not cross compatible, which is really weird.
First Bandai fucking no, not Bandai. First
Not the
Hasbro
first.
fucking up on the Cosmic Fury Ranger toys, and now this like to buy the whole set as well is closer to £500 for both of them if you really wanted to have both.
Mhm.
It's like almost forcing you to buy more.
I think if they're trying to make more money, squeeze a little more money out of people, Thomas, I'm pretty sure you saw this news where I think it was alongside the Faiz Next belts where they announced that yes, it's going to be expensive, but that's because the Japanese yen is weak at the moment. So so that's why these toys are getting more and more expensive.
They said that with the Genesis driver.
Oh right, yeah,
At least
because
that's
thing's...
where I saw it.
Yeah,
Everything
you're right. You're right.
So next up is
Business is just bleeding us
thing.
dry. Is the cost of living crisis at the moment?
Geat Riser.
And my phone's just died. Great.
The Geat Riser.
Okay.
I know
Geat Riser.
Ultra replicas
next year. Next October.
Jeez.
It's a year from now.
Heza, do you want to guess first?
I'm gonna go for like a standard number because I'm not too sure about ultra toys. However,
I'll give you for reference the Ultra replica orb ring.
Yeah.
Was 210 collectibles.
210. I want to say 250. But I don't. I know I'm probably wrong. I'm literally the worst person. This is not my episode. I think it's
Marcus,
so clear.
what do you think it is?
He knows. He knows exactly.
Well, I know Ultra replicas are always super expensive compared to other toys. Like I remember the beta capsule from the original Ultraman. Its Ultra replica was like $500, and it was just like this little thing. You know, it was a lot for a little toy. I remember the Ginga Spark was also really expensive for also being a really small toy. So this, I'm gonna guess 280.
Can I change my answer?
So,
no.
Too late. So, both of you will be surprised to learn the price of this.
Oh my gosh.
How much?
What?
145.
Oh, okay.
Now, the thing with that is, it's the riser, the holder thing. I think they call it the knuckle, riser knuckle, and then it comes with
in it
the 2 capsules for primitive, the 2 capsules for solid burning, and then the 2 capsules for miracle, or whatever the third one is, acro. It only comes with 6, which is ridiculous to me, because the previous Ultra replicas, at least the orb one, came with every single card he used in the show and movie, so you can make all his like in media forms, and then it came with some of the extras like the Geats card, like the ones they didn't make originally. Then if you wanted like some of the other forms for like the games, they had other card packs. The Kaiju that came with Juggler and was a separate thing. So for this to only come with 3 of his forms is really, really like, it's disappointing. I'm not buying it anyways, but it's like, this is where it's like, it feels like now they're aware that they can make these expensive, like a whole toy line of these expensive things and just milk it. Because it's like the fact this doesn't come with at least the rest of his forms. So because all they needed was the other two from Magnificent, and then King for final form, Royal Mega something, Royal Mega Master, because it's just a separate. It's Belial and King. So it's like, it's so weird they didn't include everything. And then what's even weirder is there's this one we're not guessing the price on because it doesn't have a price. But
It's priceless.
I think it's either a China set. It is priceless. This is either like a China exclusive set or some future set they're releasing. But this comes with, like, this is what I thought the set would be originally, because it comes with all of the main forms he uses in the show. And it comes with some extra ultras, and then it comes with kaiju. It's like, this is what you theoretically, like, maybe take the kaiju out, so it's just an ultra set, and then you can put all the kaiju in their own set. It's just really weird. Like, I don't know. It's just like really, like, if, again, I'm not buying it, so it doesn't really like upset me that much. But it's like, if you're a Geat fan, you have to buy some like other random set if you want to get all his forms in the show. There's the other ultra replicas if you buy the base set, get all the forms. And it's the same issue with the Gabba Revolver, where it's like, if you want to be able to main Kyoryugers, you also have to buy the big giant sword. Probably not everyone wants to. It's like, obviously, yes, you're doing this all to make more money and stuff. But it's just kind of, it's really weird we've reached this point with the high-end collectibles where they can now confidently make like a whole toy line. I think that's really, it's kind of crazy. Because also, too, obviously, they're obviously going to make a Zero Eye like on the front of it as well. So, like, just with this one release, there's already like 3 other sets at least they can make, which will also probably all be like $100. So
yeah, the reason why I guess so high with the $250 is because the video I just did for you, Marcos. In it, Marcos said Marco said that with Ultraman toys that they will limit the cost that they put into the show, and then charge so much more for toy sales. So that's why I went a bit higher with the price. But so I'm surprised that it's still really expensive, but it wasn't as expensive as I was thinking.
Like, yeah, the fact it's cheaper than the Ordring, like, is, I guess it's nice, but it's also like, I feel like if they matched that price, they could have sold the rest of the cap. Because I assume maybe the capsules are just more expensive, just plastic versus cards. But I don't know. Well, we can move on to the SM Muse driver.
God, I am so out of my own depth. The title of this podcast should just be Keza has no fucking idea. Keza is completely clueless. I'm gonna say, or do you want to start this time, Marcos?
Marcos.
So,
I know the next Faiz and next Kaiza are incredibly expensive for good reason. They're like actual friggin' phones. And so this one, I'm also... Yeah, pretty much. So I'm going to assume it's around the same price. I'm going to say... I don't even know how much Tokollectibles has it for. I'm thinking the yen. I'm going to say $450.
Huh?
So what do you think?
What do you mean, huh?
That's so much.
In dollars, the CSM Black Sun belt was around the same.
I want you to edit the anime blinking sound effect over. Okay. Nani? Okay. So you're saying $450. Gosh.
Dollars.
I think I'm gonna go $425.
$4.25. I hate you.
I apologize, because this was actually a trick question.
What?
This isn't out on pre-order yet. There's no price.
What?
I included it because they just announced it's coming. I mean, in 2025.
That's so far away.
Why?
They're like, we're not making this yet, but in 2025, I don't know if it's 2025. It's out, like you'll have it in hand, or if 2025 it's pre-order.
Why? Nani?
Like, so that's the other thing. Like, I feel like the wait. I mean, I get the wait is because they're expensive toys, but like, the whole thing with this Faiz system, there's more Faiz stuff to go over, but it's like,
Because I mentioned Faiz once.
There's this movie toy that is for a rider that's never going to be seen, and that suit is going to be repainted for the final boss of After God Shard. But you can buy its belt for, I mean, it is probably going to be like around what you guys said, like over $400, because we do know the price of the Faiz belt. So it's like, oh, next up is the phone. The Delta phone, or sorry, Kaizo phone. So it is worth noting that this is coming with the Blu-ray, so it is Japanese Blu-ray prices. So I'll give you a hint: it is at least $100 because it's a Japanese Blu-ray.
Well, first off, this doesn't come with the belt. It's just the phone, but it works in the old mold. No, it works in the old mold for the belt, so you just put it in and then transform.
I kind of like that more. Like, I think it's kind of cool. Like the phone and the old belt. I think Muse getting a whole new belt.
I have a feeling the Muse belt is probably gonna take so long because they're gonna do something new with the touchscreen. Because there's no way it's just a recolor if they're gonna wait that long.
Actually, it will also have a different voice thing. I don't know. Maybe. What are we thinking the price is?
So you said
I'm gonna.
You said it was about
200.
100, like above 100.
No, it's over $100.
Yeah, sorry,
I'm giving you a baseline because it comes with a DVD.
Comes with a DVD.
Comes with the Blu-ray.
Oh, I see. Okay.
If you want this, you have to buy the Blu-ray. Just not like the craziest thing ever because they do that all the time. But
with the belt, wow. What if you already have the movie?
Does not include the belt.
You just got multiple of the movie.
The movie's not out.
No, I meant if you buy the movie by accident without the belt, and then you have to buy the belt and then the movie again. It's like just sell it with each other. But the fact that it's cross-compatible is really clever. What did you say, Marcos, again? 200.
200.
Okay, I didn't hear you.
How about now? 200.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I'm gonna say. I think it might be a little bit more than that because it's the movie, and then. No, but then, oh my god, I can't think.
Don't overthink it.
No, because I'm just like, do I go above because that's what I've been doing this whole time, or do I go below because I? But the thing is, it could be cool. It's not the belt though. The belts are the most expensive thing so far. It's just something that goes into a belt. So I'm gonna say 195, and hopefully it's like below, but it's above 100.
It's 200. Wait, no.
All right.
220. 20. Either way, Marcus.
I was gonna say 225, and I had to doubt myself.
This one isn't. I don't really have like a big thing to say about this. It's Blu-ray comes with a thing that's always kind of ridiculous. The thing it comes with is a CSM. This is even the first time they did that because they did it with O's. The new the thing on the arm, and with the DVD. So I just have the same thought that I had back then, where it's like it's kind of funny that we're at a point where it's like if a new form comes out, the DVD, it's just a CSM EX anymore.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So I feel like I'll just include these last two together because they actually are the same price.
Oh,
And
okay.
they are what inspired me to take the topic of the video this episode. So also the Kaiser phone comes out. So
Open link.
I think it's super funny that the CSM Genesis driver comes with a kill switch that was used for like 2 seconds in the show.
it's like $20, I think, like because you can buy the thing separately, and it's like $20 less, I think.
Oh my gosh.
So, is this 2 belts I'm seeing? No, the front.
These are 2 belts.
2 belts. Okay.
I'm asking for like the individual price, but the individual price is
the same.
like. So.
Gosh, it is so crazy how far we've come from CS to Faiz driver next.
CSM.
Like well, I guess fun fact while Keza is thinking, CSM before complete selection modification, it was just CS belts, just complete selection belts, and those are still quality, but they were a little off. Like what they released, like CS Faiz, like all the belts, CS Orga, CS Kaiza, all that, but the straps, they were like cheaper leather, so they would wrinkle over time, and it actually came out pretty badly. But the toys themselves were pretty good. The molds were similar to the DX toys. They just had more weight, more sound and stuff. But now that we see,
didn't they make new molds for? Because I think like the Deno one was bigger. Like they tried to make it like fit like the prop version, I heard. And
yeah.
Now the CSMs are like the toy.
Yeah.
And like the hero prop.
Yeah, and I think one of the biggest differences is the sizing, because I remember the CS Typhoon, it was huge, but it wasn't like 1-to-1 huge. But then when the CSM version came out, it was pretty much like you got a prop from the show. They were even numbered and stuff. It was crazy, like how accurate they came out to be more. And now that we have like this Faiz driver next, where there's like sounds and like the touch screen for the belt, like it's so crazy how far the technology for these toys, have come.
Yeah, it's so true.
What do you guys think the prices are?
I'm gonna say $450.
No.
So what do you think?
I wanted to be first, but it's fine. You say $450. 450. I'm gonna say $425.
No, last time that happened, it worked out so well.
I'm just gonna.
It was not released yet. Well,
What?
The price of these both is $465.
I failed the game.
As I mentioned, this is what inspired me to make this a discussion today, because I just feel like we've reached this insane point of ESM, like Rider toys, where like it's $465. Like, because I get these are like made for adult collectors, they're adult collectibles, but they're also like toys, right? Like
yeah,
they're still kind of toys. So it's like almost $500.
What kid is
toys.
buying these? Like, what kid has this much money?
These are only for adults, really. So I don't even. Well,
but
see,
still,
but you're also right, because it's like, because like in the case of the Genesis driver, it's like if a kid wants that, the parents can buy a used Genesis driver or something, right? But like with the Faiz stuff, this is the only existence of these items. So if you're a Faiz fan, you really like the Faiz driver next, you really like Faiz next, I hope you have $500 spare and then some, so you can buy the $100 figure art.
Jeez.
It's like you know, it's like really, because it's like the weird thing is, at least for the Faiz driver next, like it's like I get it, because the belt has like lights built into it. As we've been saying, the phone part is now like a literal touchscreen phone.
Yeah.
It has individual apps. It has little animation. It still has the shooty mode, but like now it's got different animations to that. So it's like it makes sense why it's so much, but it's like how have we reached this point where they're okay with making this ridiculous item or something? Or like I don't know, maybe if they at least had like a DX, a premium Bandai DX version was like more simplistic, so it's like if someone who's not as financially rich, whatever, wanted something for Faiz, they could just buy that. Like what they're doing with the Black Sun driver, now they're making a DX version.
Which is really
like maybe
funny.
They did that. Yeah, but it's literally just a CSM, but the motors are not automatic.
You have to manually open up the sides. I think that's super funny. Yeah.
It is funny. I don't know, maybe they did that, but like the Genesis driver, and we mentioned it earlier, Marcus, because they specifically said that the reason the Genesis driver, partly why it's so much, is because the end is down. So it's that much because it's just down, but it's still like I think this costs more than the Zengoku driver.
Yeah, it does.
If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, which is like it's like I get it because it has more locks. You get.
Oh, he's frozen. He's frozen
died.
in time.
Welcome to the Marcos and Keza show.
Hi.
Dee
The humano smile.
Oh wait, let me fix my hair.
Back.
Oh, he's back.
Back.
Welcome back.
Nothing happened on my end at first, so you guys were like, "Oh, he froze," and I was like, "Oh no!" And then it said I was just.
And I think the best part about these is, of course, I agree that the pricing is insane for these collectible / toys for adults. But as I've been bringing up a few times already, that just the advancement in technology of these toys is one of the craziest things, and I love seeing it. Like the original DX Genesis driver, when you pulled the lever, it made a really loud cranking sound, so that way it moves back, and that way the toy would like light up and stuff. But this one, they made it a lot quieter. I don't even think you can hear it. And plus, the soda part is like all LEDs that they use from technology from previous LED toys. So like that, it's just crazy that they're able to even do this at all. Sucks that it's almost $500, but still, it's cool that it's happening.
Yeah, they showed them. It's like 100 LEDs. And for reference, like the Demon's driver and Vision drivers only have like 64 LEDs.
Gosh.
So,
see,
it's like that's cool, but it's like, did we need 100 LEDs to replicate the liquid effect? Like, was anyone really like I think everyone just wanted the crank to be quiet. I don't know anyone who was like, I really want the liquid effect to be 100 LED. The price of the belt up. That definitely drove it up because they said the Demon's driver like had premium because of all the LEDs.
This is why I get really when I laugh at people who say that toku shows aren't for adults.
Oh my gosh, Keza.
No, it makes me giggle because I'm just like, there's things that are like, yeah, I can see that it's for kids, fair enough. But then when the toys are this much, I'm like, what kid, if this show is just for kids, what kid is buying these that are so expensive?
Yeah,
so,
well, to be fair, I'm not sure how many kids are really excited for the Faiz 20th anniversary movie.
True. Hence why I'm like, this is definitely for the adults in the room.
That one I get, but it's like the price.
but it also,
like, since we brought up, what were you gonna say?
It also makes it funnier that there's a DX version of the Black Sun driver when that show is definitely not for kids.
Yeah, that show was definitely not for kids. I remember opening the first scene and it's just them getting,
You were saying, Thomas?
Sorry.
I was gonna say, since you brought up the Ryuki stuff earlier, that was like comparable in price to both of these. The thing with that is that it comes with all the decks. It comes with decks that aren't out yet. It comes with all the cards. It comes with the thing to read the cards. Obviously, the belt. Faiz next thing is like, I mean, yes, it comes with everything you want to be Faiz next, but everything you need to be Faiz next is just one belt. So it's like, it's a lot for one belt. Now, again, the Genesis driver is like, it does kind of sense because it is 4 lock seeds, 5 lock seeds. It will let you transform to 6 riders, as of Baron. But then on that same note, like, there's no, I mean, it's not the biggest deal, but there's no energy lock seed proto.
Oh, right.
For Dragon Fruit, which is not like the biggest deal, but it's like for complete selection modification, like one little plate, switch out another set of sounds, so you completely selected and modified everything. But they didn't. Instead, we get the kill switch, which is a thing. So yeah, this whole thing is like, it's like, where do you go from here? It's like, because also they showed off, I guess, at Naughty Kitty World. They like, there are tons of things they showed off there as well. Like, there's a CSM Orga belt, a new one on the way.
I definitely want that one.
I think there's already pictures of Kivat Bat the Second is getting some kind of release. They showed off Muso Saber and the Energy Bow are happening. But what's weird is those are happening in the complete selection or complete style gigantic line. But they previously said those would be CSM because they interact with CSM lock seeds. So they're just lying. It's not the biggest, it's not a crazy thing because it's just the name of the toy line, but it's like,
yeah.
Oh, okay. But now that happened, that they had said CSG, it could just be anything. Like, it could be anything. Like, they could do the Geats gun next or something. And also, too, then, like, the other thing is the memorial editions are so frequent now. Because, like I know a bunch of people haven't bought the King Oger X toy, the Oja Caliber.
Yeah.
Because it's pretty much guaranteed that after the show ends, they're going to announce a full-scale version of it, which is cool. And that's not, like, the worst thing ever, but it's also just, like, I know it raises the question of, like, what point of buying normal DX toys if eventually they'll just come out, like, just save your money at the super kitted out, possibly full-scale version.
I remember
like,
back in the day,
or like,
when I first started out, one of the first big Toku toys I bought was the DX Orga belt. And the only thing that had electronics was the phone. Everything else, the belt, the holder, it was all hollow plastic, and that was still like $200 in the aftermarket. And then you see all these crazy, like, super expensive versions, retail versions, like the CSMs and the CSs and there's even a different kind of belt that I forget, but it's like made 1-to-1 with a mold that they use for the props in the show, and those are also like thousands of dollars. So it's just it is a lot of money, but at the same time you understand what you're getting into. But it also like Thomas said, what's the point of buying one if there's going to be a better one like later down the line?
Yeah, that's my worry. Like, it makes me excited as a fan for Toku and the toys, for future toys that will come out and future shows that they touch on, but I get scared from the price, and if it's just continually going up and up in price because it gets more and more technologically advanced, it makes me worried for my bank account in the future. So hence why I only have a couple toys, but I have a couple. So
it's like, the other thing too is, like, I guess, like, specifically for, like, Sentai Memorial Editions, is, like I said, like, they're just announcing these right after the show ends. It's like, obviously the Kyoryuger one, the sword, like, there's no full-size sword, so that makes 10 years ago, if you bought a Gabu revolver, you had no idea they were going to cook up a Gabu revolver.
Yeah.
Same with the Genesis driver. But, like, now it's like, if you bought the premium Bandai Don Murasame sword during the run of Dawn Brothers, like, 8 months later, they announced a bigger version that's like maybe just double the price or something.
Yeah. Oh my
Comes
god,
out
what
next
if you
year. So it's like,
what if you just buy it just before they release that? And you're like, I've just bought this thing already, which I've spent all my money saving up for. I've just got it, and you've just announced that it's now more expensive for a better version. I'd be so pissed off. I'd be like, come on. I've saved all this money for nothing.
Like, some people, I think a lot of people skipped out on the Heracles sword.
Mm-hmm.
There's a change. Like it's just a gold repaint thing they're definitely going to make. So it's just like, there's a change on that. Like, I've been saying, I was saying I don't want to start collecting Gotchard cards because it's probably a guarantee they're going to make
more
a memorial set of them, but I also have already bought some.
And
I
see,
haven't
Ultraman
been able
is
to buy
not-
any, so...
Not immune to this. What are you going to say, Marcus? Or you're like,
I think the craziest thing is that these are just like the belts and weapons, but once you get to like SH figure arts and stuff, then it's like the conversation gets even bigger on how expensive these little toys are.
Did I tell you?
I didn't even want to touch that because, like, yeah, figure arts is like its own different thing.
Did I tell you that what I got for my birthday from Daryl?
That Rita Repulsa.
It's Rita Repulsa, the new thing that just came out. It's the Rita Repulsa that we saw announced. I remember, talking about Power Ranger toys, which is relevant, but I only just got that, and it was announced before, and I was just like, that's so exciting. I've got something that I witnessed seeing it like being announced. So that was quite exciting.
Have you opened it yet?
Yeah, I opened it. Wait.
Okay, because I was like, that's the box. I can't.
Huh?
I was like, is that the figure or the box?
Where is the figure?
I can see the box.
Oh, the figure's like, okay, let me get it.
Oh, brief.
It's the Marcos and Thomas show.
The head fell off.
Oh no. No more Rita head.
Yeah, the head fell off.
Ew.
I need to put it back on.
Do you want Rita head, Thomas?
I didn't say that. I didn't say. Hello, Rita.
But it
Hello,
is like,
Rita.
Sorry, I forgot to say that at the beginning. Like, talking about toys that I got.
Make your
Rita Repulsa.
dude. Kaza, do your best Rita Repulsa.
Oh god. Okay. Have to get into it. Well, what did she say? After 5,000 years.
10,000 years,
10,000
I'm free.
years. After 10,000 years, I'm free. You have to give me some more time to practice, but that's what my initial response to that.
That's pretty good.
After 10,000 years.
I feel like the last thing I want to mention is like ultra replicas, memorials. Just because, like recent, because I feel like it's even worse for them, as after, like they're doing the Sentai thing where after a show ends, they just announce the memorial edition. What's even the point of buying the DX? Because next year they're gonna release a better version.
Yeah.
Then on top of that, for Trigger, after that show ended, they released
lots
of the keys, memorial key.
Mm-hmm.
And recently they announced they're now making a memorial gun. So they've literally just double dipped with their memorial stuff. First they went, here's one memorial thing, now here's another memorial. I don't know what the gun does different to the DX. I know the keys have like quotes and stuff, but that's just the point where I'm like, what are we doing here? Like, we're just...
See, this is what I'm saying. Like, every other day something is announced. Sometimes it's toys, sometimes it's shows, sometimes it's 20th anniversaries. I'm so overwhelmed, and my wallet is paying the price.
Yeah.
I don't even buy half of these, and I'm just...
Oh, I haven't touched anything.
Jeez, I don't remember the last time I bought a Toku toy.
What was my last Toku toy I bought?
I think it was Dawn Brothers. The Dawn Blaster.
Dawn Blaster or the Geats belt. I can't remember what I last bought.
Oh, same. But I bought it from Bai last week.
Oh no!
Mommy Bai.
I know what it was. I got
Mommy
the Gokai Blaster for my
Keza.
Marvelous thing. That was my last thing. What?
The DX toy?
No. I wish. I wanted to get the Gokai sword, the Gokai saber, but it was too expensive. So
The memorial.
yeah, the memorials
Because
was so
like,
expensive. I was just like,
memorial weapons is like, I feel like that's completely justified because those are always bigger. Like, making
Yeah.
those. But then you get to the Dama Summit thing where it's like you already made this as a premium toy. Now you're releasing it. I don't know. But like,
yeah.
some people probably just are okay with a smaller version. It's smaller. It's cheaper. It's so weird. It's just this weird can. Not even...
Funnily enough, it might be cheaper to just 3D print your own like props and toys and weapons.
That's a good point.
I would love.
I think
to
there
do
are
that.
models out there for that.
Yeah.
No, I know there are models out there for that. So
Wait, let me have a look. 3D printing.
I also don't mean to be a Marco Satsu, but I also need to wrap up soon.
yeah, I was gonna say we are kind of wrapping up here. So
Yeah. All right.
After a
guess-
period of time, you can only say tokusatsu toys are expensive enough times because like
yeah.
they're getting more. As I said before, they're getting more
um,
expensive and more advanced. So it kind of makes sense.
Yeah. Well, I think also the one last thing, they're getting more like before it used to be like, oh, CSM, one CS. I feel like it was like it used to be like one CS or something, or like if your show was getting a CSM, it was a crazy new thing, or like a premium Bandai item would like happen at the end of the show because the thing they repainted and threw in for Necron because he doesn't have a power up. Now it's stuff like there's this 20th Faiz movie and all the toys are CSM. It's the 10th anniversary and we're going to celebrate with a CSM, or it's the 5th anniversary, here's an ultra replica. Like, they're aware that they can make these expensive toys and people are buying them. Or they can throw things on premium. They can make an entire season's toy line premium Bandai. People are buying it. So I think that like, there's the problem of like stuff is getting more expensive, yen is down, technology has advanced this out. But I think the problem is they realized it works. And they're just shoving it down all our throats.
Yeah.
I'm still buying most of them. I'm not buying these, but I've pre-ordered like a lot of the Geats premium stuff. So it's like,
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I'm just
so I think
waiting for the
that's
day.
the biggest problem.
I'm waiting for the day where our retail belts have steam coming out like they showed off in those prototypes.
Oh my
That would be
gosh!
badass, though.
Imagine.
It goes crazy.
I would love that.
I want a weapon that actually no.
Well, technically, you probably could with these
I was
toys.
gonna say, I feel like if you tried hard enough,
Yeah, if you try hard enough. Yeah. It's like
All right.
I'll do the
yeah.
outro again. Red, no power. Tomkatsu, red.
Frog, no power. Tomkatsu, green.
Chicken no power. Tomkatsu, yellow.
Three of us are.
Keza, you're early.
What was he? Oh, what was? Okay.
He does.
The three of us.
Oh, I didn't know we did that. Sorry.
It's
Ready?
too late. It's too late. We already did it. No, it's
When are we ever going
And
to get
all-
this correct?
Only Red does that. Only Red goes. The three of us
a
are.
work in progress.
You did it too. I was just copying you.
No, I was. Henshin.
God, you know the only
Okay.
time we're going to get this correct
Bye-bye,
is when we're
everyone.
seeing each other in real life. That's the only time.
And we're still gonna
Say
mess
bye
it
to
up.
everyone. Goodbye.
Bye.
What should we tell them to subscribe and stuff?
If you like
Well-
this kind of content, like and subscribe.